All right, guys, we got some really good news, okay? This actually makes me very happy.
I want some rest! Are we having fun yet?
All right, so we got a couple things to address, okay? But I'm just diving straight into this. Shout out to Scoop B for posting this. And I think we went over one of his videos before, but check it out. So, San Antonio Spurs ran an off-season training camp this week in Texas, and one of their biggest participants was Chris Paul, CP3. So he spent the last week in San Antonio, familiarizing himself with the Spurs playbook, coaching staff, players, who also worked out with the seasoned vet. So CP3 is not looking just to be a vet that's mentoring young players, but he's also looking to compete. And we know that we went over a video not too long ago of his press conference in which that's basically what he said, right? Like he's like, I'm coming to compete. I know a lot of people think that he's coming to the Spurs just to be a coach, but this is indication that no, he's not just going to be a coach. He's not just going there to get no minutes. One of the main draws to go into San Antonio is for him to get his minutes and probably more than likely get traded before the trade deadline to a contender. That's probably what's going to happen, right? But we know how things go. Sometimes you get a taste of San Antonio Spurs and you want to stay a little bit longer, right? Doug McDermott. But moving on. It says, folks that I've spoken with are banking on CP3's presence in San Antonio being similar to his role with OKC a few years ago with SGA and many others. And as I said, this makes me very happy. And the reason being is because Stephon Castle, you actually can compare him to SGA when it pertains to his defense, even his rebounding ability, his frame, right? His patience, his basketball IQ, a lot of which will remind you of SGA. Like that SGA, that is like his ceiling right there. He got a high floor, but that's his ceiling is SGA. But moving on, and also, you know, if you talk about his scoring being really bad or 3-point shooting being bad, yeah, it's not great coming out of college. But if you look at footage prior to that, or you look at footage in high school, I mean, he actually looks really good, very impressive. And there's been a lot coming out of Spurs camp in which people are saying, like Sidi Sissoko and Ingram have said, hey, this guy actually can shoot. And yeah, he just doesn't get a lot of credit for it, but after competing against him, he can shoot. So that's something that we can really look forward to when it comes to that. But moving on, San Antonio is expecting a monster season from Victor Wembanyama after a strong rookie campaign and a stellar showing in the 2024 Olympics in Paris. Exciting times are ahead in San Antonio with Spurs official training camp starts next month. Now, this is the question you have, right? The question is, what number was he wearing when he went to? Because every single graphic that we get, they scratch out the number. More than likely, he didn't have a number on. I mean, let's be honest. But there has been some news. So hold on. Chris Paul jersey number. There's been some news that I wanted to show you. Here we go. So this is from Jeff G Spurs, and it has it here. And I don't know what side of the fence you're on, but either way, this could be good or bad news for you.
Are you keeping 3? I'm gonna have to buy a new jersey.
No, for sure. I'll be number 3 next year, for sure.
All right, so I don't know if you heard that, but this is confirmation, at least from Keldon Johnson, saying I'm gonna keep number 3. Now, this is interesting, okay? Because this can go either way, right? It could be Chris Paul genuinely just doesn't care, you know, during the season. He's later on in his career. Before, it really meant a lot to him. Because if you guys know anything about him going to Miami, the big reason why he didn't, and it's been confirmed by him and Dwayne Wade in an interview, one of the biggest reasons was I wasn't able to wear my number. I wanted to wear my number 3. Maybe that doesn't matter to him as much, but Keldon Johnson in this, he's being very blunt and saying, yes, I will be wearing number 3. So not to say that we can just take this full value and just say, yes, that's definitely what's going to happen. Maybe not. But I'll try to take his word for it. I'll try to take his word for it. And if that's true, then it might be a trade. I don't know. It might be a trade, or it could very well just be Chris Paul is cool with changing his number. Because Keldon Johnson being number 3, big reason because of that is because he looked up to Chris Paul. It's just a really strange situation, right? But if it really did come down to who gets to wear number 3, it's definitely going to be Chris Paul. If Chris Paul cares enough, right? Like I think this upcoming season, he's much more valuable to what the Spurs need right now than Keldon Johnson is. So it might be nothing. It could just be us, thinking too hard. I'm talking about me. Maybe I'm just thinking too hard about it. But I do think that is strange. I think the whole situation is a little strange. But we'll see. Let's see what some of the comments here have. I love One Piece. I'm on episode 314 now? 314. Enos Lobby was great. I'm here for the drama. Oh, I did get tagged in this. Thank you, John. What the heck? Number 3 for which team? That's a good question, too. I didn't want to say it, though. So CP3 wouldn't join Miami because Dwayne Wade wouldn't give up the number 3, but he's okay with KG. I'm skeptical. So, okay. So it's not just me. It's not just me. So this could be I'll keep it in my framework. Okay. In way I'm thinking about things. I personally do want Keldon Johnson to be moved. I think that not only it's not a lot of room, but I don't think that he necessarily fits with what the Spurs and the direction that we're going in. Not saying he's a trash player, not saying he's a bad player. I really do like Keldon Johnson. And if he's on the squad, it's not like I'm going to sit here and advocate for him to be traded mid-season or anything. I'm going to cheer for him just like I cheer for any player. But right now, us being in the offseason, I do want him moved. So from my framework, I see this as, and I'm skeptical about it, I see this as you're not letting off of that number. Maybe you are going to be moved and you're going to be wearing that 3 somewhere else, but we'll have to wait and see. So anyways, sorry, I babbled a lot, but all I want to say is this is some really great news, both ends of the spectrum here. We got Keldon Johnson giving us at least some confirmation. So if you want to get a jersey, he's going to always have number 3 apparently. So got some confirmations there. And also our boy Chris Paul has been working out with the team, and you love to see it. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will take a look. I appreciate all the love, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.